Today we're going to work on some sunset coasters, and I'm going to show you a really cool vinyl hack that I learned. So we're going to use this mold I got from Amazon, and I sprayed the bottom part of this mold with some 91% rubbing alcohol. That's just going to help with eliminating bubbles and not using our heat gun so much with our mold here. I'm just going to go ahead and apply just a very thin coat, just enough to cover the bottom part of the mold here with epoxy. I do also just go ahead and hit it with my heat gun again real quick. I don't hold it there very long, just a quick little run over. And then I get a toothpick and just run it right along the sides to eliminate any bubbles that may arise on the very edges. Now we're going to go ahead and add some sand, and I'm using real sand here, and it has little tiny bits of parts of like seashells and stuff, so I thought this would be a fun way to create these coasters. And I'm just sprinkling it right on top of the epoxy, and this is one of the reasons I don't do a lot on this first layer here, because I don't want the sand to seep through too much. So we're just going to sprinkle a little bit on the bottom on both of these here. All right, you ready for our vinyl hack? We're going to use packing tape. I know, it sounds crazy, but bear with me here. So I have my image already cut out from my Cameo, and I'm going to put the one piece of packing tape straight on my image, the same exact way that I would do with transfer paper. And I'm just going to make sure that's firmly put onto my image, and then I'm going to get my scissors and cut closely around the edge, cutting out that image. I've also let my epoxy sit for about 45 minutes now. So what we're going to do is peel the backing part off, and we're going to lay this directly into the epoxy. Yes, with the tape on. I know it's crazy, but trust me. So I'm going to lay it just above the sand here. I'm sorry for my head. I promise it'll go away in a second. And then I'm going to use my little toothpick here. And what I like about this method is I can kind of move around my image a little bit, similar to a water slide, just to get the right placing. And then I'm going to go around the edges with my toothpick and kind of gently push down, letting that epoxy slowly kind of seep over my image. And then we're going to let this sit for another few hours. Alright, so I'm going to put a little bit of Gold Digger just behind the sand here just to give it that little pop of gold. And I do put a little bit of just clear epoxy in between each layer. I just find that it kind of blends those layers together a little bit here. And then we're just going to keep adding our colors up here on the top to create our sunset look. So now I'm going to get my silicone straw and I'm going to blow around on the white there, and that's going to kind of push it forward, and it kind of gives a little bit of like a peekaboo white foam type of look. You'll see once we kind of turn it over, and it'll kind of just peek through the sand and the water part there. I think it actually looks kind of cool. Alright, these have been sitting for about another 4 or so hours. I'm going to do another little spritz of our alcohol ink, and then I'm just going to finish this off. I'm going to put a clear coat here of epoxy, and then I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of our gold digger, and then use a toothpick to just kind of swirl it around and kind of give it a fun little look on the back here. Time to demold. So just very carefully release the suction on the sides and then pull your mold out. And look at that. You can't even see the tape. It's freaking amazing. And I just love how they come out. You can, of course, just apply your vinyl to the front, but this way I find I don't have to seal it on the top or do anything else. It just makes the whole process a lot easier, and I love how they came out. The last thing we're going to do is just finish these up and sand any edges that may have been sharp, and then we're going to go ahead and add a cork back to the backing here. So you could leave them like this, or you could do what I'm doing here and add this cork back just to give it a nice finished look and to prevent any scratching from your customers' tabletops. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little vinyl hack here. If you have any questions, let me know below. Don't forget to join us over on Facebook at Carly's Creations, Tumblers, and more. And in the meantime, we'll see you on the next video.